Is the sound back? Do we have sound now, guys? Now I'm going to try the microphone again. I don't know why. I used this phone, the TikTok app. Okay, I'm now going to put the microphone on for us to see if it works. How about now? Is the sound working now? Is it working? Okay. Okay. Kari, I don't know what happened, but
for the love of Uganda, one dream, one key, one life, changing. Oh, Mama, every morning in the rain, young dream covering all the pain. Daddy working all the time today, believing for the brighter day. Tell us your story. Let the people feel your glory. From the struggle to the victory, your voice will change your history. It's about the God. It's more of who you are. It's about the God. It's more of who you are. One God, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of Uganda, changing lives across the border. One God, many stories. No moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be a winning dance. If I'm on a plane late at night, students just in every little light. Brother find how to feed the home. Still strong though he walks alone. Every star that I give my meaning. Every soul that believes in dreaming. No matter where you come from today, your story can open the way. It's less about the God. It's more of who you are. It's less about the God. It's more of who you are. One God, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of Uganda, changing lives across the border. One God, many stories. No moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be a winning dance. One God, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of Uganda, changing lives across the border. One God, many stories. Your moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be a winning dance. It's less about the God. It's more of who you are. It's less about the God. It's more of who you are.
well, good morning, my people. How are you doing today? Today, notification. But we call it what? Nomination of the people you want to give awards ended at midnight. So today we're going to be notifying the people that were nominated, and those that accept to be part of the awards will be introduced to you in a list. And and then you guys will start voting officially. So we are only going to vote for 1 week. Together on the week, yoka, and then we get. But mwasuze mutya. There's something I really don't understand about this phone. It's doing something with the light that I don't understand. Yeah, it's doing something with the light that I don't understand. Let me just trying to make the light organic again. I was just trying to make the lighting organic again. But good morning, my people. Because still I'm going to have a very short broadcast today. But how was your night, my people? Today is a random car talk Thursday, and yesterday we inspected that Subaru that I posted today morning. The gentleman was looking for, okay, we talked and he said he wanted to buy a Subaru Forester. His budget was 24. I told him it might be hard to get Subaru Forester at 24. Actually, initially it was 22, and I told him 22 is impossible. The SH5, and I told him maybe we could get a 25. At that time, I thought it would be cash payment. Then later that day, later on the day of inspection, which was yesterday, that's when I learned that he had 20 million as a first payment. Now, when you're buying a car on credit, everything changes. The prices change. And when we met, there is a Subaru Forester they had told us. Also, we went. We had hoped it would be a good one because that one would have been able to buy it like a 24. We got there, the interior is trash, the engine is bad as well. Netuda square one. Then there is one that we saw, but it was 30, and then we proceeded to go see where the place where we saw like 3 options of the SH5, and this the one that we picked was the one that the customer liked the most. It had a very clean interior, the way you see the pictures that I posted. Very clean exterior, the way you see the pictures I've posted. That's how it looked. And when we went on the pit, we realized it had a leaking. You see, the SH5 comes with an electronic powering system, electronic power steering system. And the earlier models of the Forester, they came with the hydraulic steering. So the electronic steering is quite expensive, yeah. And because of that, for some people, some people would rather choose the to put the hydraulic one. Why? Because the electronic one is expensive. The electronic one is about 1 million or 1.5 around there. But of course, even replacing, putting the hydraulic steering system is also costly. But at least when you put it, you know now you are going to be getting very easy maintenance of the steering system. So that's one of the things that the customer liked about it. He had a friend of his, he recommended and that's how they chose that one with the steering ya Forester ye fanyo nenga ate ya bay. So I'm guessing the person that had that car, so they put a hydraulic steering rack. Now it had a leaking steering. Shocks were okay, but it had a leaking steering, and yeah, but it was still worth the money. So because we were buying 20, I think that's why the price went to 28. And while we were still inspecting this car, I asked my customer to instead buy a Harrier because I'm sure he wanted an SUV. And while we talked about it, the friend, the one that recommended me, intimated to me that the Harrier Kaundo takes more fuel than the Forester, something I doubt. Yes, I understand the Harrier is a 2.4 liter car. It has a 2.4 liter engine, and the Forester, the SH5, has a 2 liter. But the thing that I cannot seem to get my head around is anyone thinking that they don't take the same fuel. Now, the SH5 gives you 8 kilometers per liter. The Harrier Kawondo gives you 8 kilometers per liter, in my experience. So I'm here to ask you guys, if you were to choose between the 2007 Toyota Harrier and the 2007 Subaru Forester, the SH5, which car would you choose and why? Personally, I did not get it. I did not get the fact that a Harrier, a clean Harrier Kawondo would be there and you choose a Subaru Forester. I don't get it at all. The Harrier is a bigger car, it's a taller car, it's a more prestigious car. It's also a car that is easier to maintain, yeah. And even when you're selling, the Harrier is one of the cars that is easier to sell. So I want to understand, if you were to choose between a Harrier Kawondo 2007 model and a Subaru Forester 2007, which is the SH5 with the EJ20 2-liter engine, which one would you choose and why? Why would you be choosing that car that you're choosing? I didn't understand it, but twawakanye nga n'omuntu atuguze emmotoka naye awakana nga naye agamba Harrier ennywa, I still don't get it, because personally when I'm calculating the fuel, I would rather prefer that someone calculates the amount of fuel used when they put a full tank, because that's the best way you can calculate if the car is actually doing you justice. Like personally, in my car, I know that a half tank takes me 400 kilometers, a half tank. Full tank definitely takes me 800. And that's because I normally stop for an hour, sometimes 2 hours in the Moroka Kweri. But of course the engine comes on and off because the car has a battery. Now, which car would you choose? And don't be influenced by anyone. Just say why you would choose that car. My reasons should not be your reasons. My reasons should definitely not be your reasons. God, I wish I could show you. There is the dude, I've got your Mark 2 grand. I saw my WhatsApp. I saw my WhatsApp. Like, how do you get a phone and concentrate on the phone while you're driving? Like, it doesn't really make sense at all. We were talking about accidents on these roads, yeah? Abantu abamwera basanje bakere ku machabu inaku basabe katonda yabakuuma kuba obwongo bwabwe bwabavaako nga katonda bw'atabaawo yenga itasobola kusurvive. Amina Jose. So guys, I'd like to remind you the Love for Cars convention is happening 5th September. Tickets are on sale right now, only 30,000 shillings. Only 30,000 shillings. And for you to buy a ticket, you call the number 0760-045-116 and you send mobile money. Abakaguda ticket to Yanzizanyo, thank you very much. And we are looking forward to giving you a very lovely day full of learning and enjoyment. We are overhauling a petrol engine. We are also overhauling a diesel engine that day. However, the person that wants their engine overhauled, I would recommend that you bring the car to us 4 days before so that the engine is opened. And then the engine will be put back together on the convention. Yeah. Now, the people, if you have a petrol car that you want overhauled, you'll pay 600,000 because that's for spares. If you want a diesel car overhauled, you'll pay 2 million shillings. That's also for spares. Yeah. Yeah. Now, how is that a good thing? How is that a good thing? For the diesel cars, normally people will pay 3.5 to 4 million shillings in fees for overhauling, total price. But instead, you're going to pay 2 million shillings, which literally would never overhaul a diesel car. And for petrol, you would be paying 1.3 to about 1.5 million shillings to overhaul your engine. But instead, you're paying 600,000. So if you have a car that you have been planning to overhaul the engine, you should bring it and have it overhauled with us. Spare gwamwe gwira agenda mu engine yo netugenda sasula labor. We thought, what better way to do it than to actually give assistance to someone that is still finding it hard to raise like a 1.5er or a 4 million to overhaul their engine. So at the convention, we'll also be doing that. And Morocco, to a couple of days before, yeah. Bano banyina simanya nyina 4E, 4A, 5E, 3AC. You bring to us those engines. Then for the diesel, smanya 3L, 5L, smanya 1KZ, 2KZ, 1HZ, nebebera Nissan or Mitsubishi. My team is very competent. We will put those engines together, and your car will start, and you'll go away with a good redone engine. Atenda we Ghana, we do it again for free. But ebijja ku Ghana, that I'm sure of. Shall we have diagnosis? Yes, free diagnosis tests at the convention. Yes, even if your car has no fault, we're going to take a couple test machine. We're going to have a team there that will put the machine on your car. Bakubulire nti kakati esomyekano esomyekali for free, and then you'll go with your reports. Gorabe chicho okolire moroka yo. And yeah, and then you guys will be able to also see spare parts dealers there. You'll be able to see mechanics. We are inviting a lot of mechanics, yeah. So depending on who you have wanted to meet for a very long time, they'll be there. Now, guys, my question is still very clear. It comes from an inspection I had yesterday of a Subaru Forester. I did recommend the customer buys a Toyota Harrier because they were there. There was a Harrier of 26 million shillings and there was another Harrier of 30 million shillings. For me, I thought buying a Harrier would give them better value. But they told me that the Harrier consumes more fuel than the Forester, something I doubt. Both those cars, regardless of the fact that the Harrier is a 2.4 and the Forester is a 2-liter, both those cars will give you 8 kilometers per liter. And on the highway, they will go to 11, 12 kilometers per liter, both of them. And of course, with the gentleman that was saying Harrier Nyonyo, Avuga Cross Sport, Atagambe, more 7 kilometers per liter. The Harrier would never give you 7 kilometers per liter. It starts at 8. Once we're 18, in each charm. Arthur, is there a week for actually picking or receiving the convention tickets after mobile money payment? No, Martin Sentongo, you don't have to pick the tickets. You pay, you're going to be given a link to fill in your details. And when you come to the convention there, the ticket will be there waiting for you. Yes. So you just have to pay via mobile money, and you don't need to come pick the tickets physically. Yeah. You get registered and your ticket will be waiting for you at the venue. Yeah. Harrier any day with the knowledge from here. Okay. Harrier is my best option. Guys, give me reasons why the Harrier is your best option. Personally, I think the Harrier is better value. I think the Harrier is much more comfortable, but the Harrier's interior is not good compared to that of the Subaru. Are you sure? The SH5 has basic interior. I think it's the newer Foresters that have good interiors. I never got the link. Are you sure? Let me ask the lady to send you the link if you never. Julia, did you get the link for your people? Julia, did you get the link for your people? Arthur, Noah 3ZR and Harrier 3ZR, non-hybrid fuel gives the same efficiency. Those cars will give you the same efficiency. Now, I don't know why it should be explained. The Harrier kind of looks bigger, but when you look at the Harrier, kangeneji tukeko yiri eri maso. Kati Noah eya 3ZR ifanana wait. Ojiraba the black one. That's the 3ZR Harrier. Now the 3ZR Noah ifanana eri the 3ZR Harrier looks like that Harrier that I'm trying to get to. Okay? Now, someone is going to ask, how is that thing consuming the same fuel as a Noah? The weight, the emissions. That Harrier in front of us has better aerodynamics than the newer. You get it has the newer kind of looks like a box. The newer kind of looks like a box. Yet this Harrier, bojitunudya bwoti erimoru Prius. Ojiraba erimoru Prius empewe tumitamfu mitenejitamu. So the aerodynamics are something else. The other Harrier, the older one, kinda doesn't have very good aerodynamics. The NMPI bajikolanga erimoru nyonyi. Yeah, so that's why the people that drive that Harrier, the newer model, bagamba tenywa. I think that Harrier can actually end up giving you more efficiency. It ends up giving you more efficiency because of the way it's driven. It's never really loaded. The newer is heavier because it has extra seats. It's also longer. The other newer will give you 8 kilometers. The Harrier will give you 9 and 10 kilometers. Depending on your driving style, obviously. Okay, Judy, let me work on you as well. So I'm working on you guys. Guys, Harrier or Forester, which one would you choose? Personally, I would choose the Harrier, and I'm talking about it so that no one else. I think no one else should buy a Forester if a Harrier is there in the same budget. I think the thing that people have not yet understood is that most people buy the Foresters when they fail to afford most people buy the Forester when they fail to afford the Harrier. You get it? The Harrier is a preference for most people. To some of you guys that are buying cars now, especially the used ones, you don't get it because the people that buy cars from the bond don't tell the truth. Yes, Foresters sometimes have better features than the Harrier. They have heated seats and all, but I've also seen Harriers that have not the 2000. The heated seats would start probably with 2009 or later, or the higher trims of the 2007. Most Harriers don't have the heated seats, yet the Foresters have the heated seats. Kindly follow up on the convention things. Yes, I am going to do that, Martin. Thank you. The Boxer engines, the way it was designed and tuned, consumes more fuel, even if it has the CCs. I try to explain to my people. Range of the customer refine of that customer. The customer was my age, in his 30s. He was in his 30s. But I think the customer that bought the car was highly influenced by his friend that drives a Cross Sport. The friend drives the Cross Sport, so ideally the Forester should have been because he loves Foresters. The Cross Sport has a kind of vibe to it. It's uncomfortable, but it has a vibe to it. So it was only natural that the friend that drives the Cross Sport advises him to buy the SH5. It was only natural. And that totally made sense to me. What didn't make sense to me is Forester ye kubana yagamba nti Harrier nnyo okusinga Forester. So guys, of course Harrier, sometimes the Harrier looks like it's a car for old people. Sometimes, but it's a better car. For two guys of body episode everything buy a bay the bagula Forester because it's accessible. It's literally cheaper. Yeah. So that's what happened. Apart from the fact that you guys like the Harrier, some of you guys are only choosing the Harrier, and I don't like how basic Toyotas are. Most Toyotas are very basic. Subaru gives you a bit of meat. Mazda, the reason why Mazdas are very popular is because the Mazdas also give you a bit of meat, which Toyota doesn't. Yeah. Cut, you look at a chika like that chirafo in front of us. On the outside, it looks like it's something nice. Sit inside and you realize it's basic. That's why people are choosing Foresters. But that's we bought the Forester, and yeah, twaguze Forester yafene tugenda. Chirumyo chine geji chinyumira mu maruni nga si chishoe, bwe kiba kicho mu maruni tekiyinza kunyuma. Guys, did you know that the Rumion shares suspension parts with the Harrier? It's one of the things that makes it very comfortable. Suspension ya Rumion yecho yemune ya Harrier kaundo ira ya beyimu. People that think that the Rumion is low on the ground, but that's how it was designed. You just have to give it a bit more ground clearance, or you hold the comfort yechi moto kecho. Ira yo suspension irwa okufa. Everyone is choosing the Harrier. So now, guys, I need you to make me understand why someone would choose it. You get, there is a Harrier of 26 and someone chooses a Forester of 28. There's a Harrier of 30 and it's extra, has extra, doesn't make it a performance car. Reason. Guys, the convention will only happen at the venue. Only at the venue. Okay? Will only happen at the venue. So and the link will only be shared with the people that come to the venue. These other days, everyone will be able to vote, but on the day of the convention, voting will only be taking place at the venue. Link the form will be closed for everyone else, but the people that are at the venue. So the moment someone enters the venue and they have bought their ticket, then they will be able to get the link to vote on that day. Harrier or Forester, and why? Harrier or Forester, and why? And guys, me, I don't like the Harrier. There are so many cars that I don't like. Like having driven these Land Cruisers, I find they're also very basic, so I don't like them as well. I've driven the Fortuner, I don't like it. I've driven the Hilux, I don't like it. I feel safer when I have low ground clearance. Okay, when I have better grounding, that means the chances of me overturning are minimal. Yeah, so I don't think I like SUVs. I also find that most of the SUVs are very uncomfortable. I've not found an SUV that is as comfortable as I want it to be. Olaba Prius yange neri comfortable kusinga kaundo. Of course, now someone is going to say, ata kaundo neri comfortable. The comfort of the kaundo starts in the head. Oyotula boti mu kaundo no kids and kaundo no moro kambala gavu. Olwetandikiddewo kubeera comfortable ne bweba teri comfortable. Parking anga wajjudde leero. Broadcast egenda banyimpi olumba siibula. Enkya ku kimeza lwe tujja okuba ne broadcast empanvu. Stories ngenda bayita mujje mukube campaign kubaka. But I'm just live. I've been talking to myself. That's the thing I don't like about this, the new things that Samsungs are doing. Mbadde njogera obwedda naye nga sibadde live. Kateshu Rahim, Yombia Max, Zas David Klaje, Martin Sentongo, Yusuf Lugonda, Juma Ali, Chambade Huntington VIP, Shanko Gibbs, President Antonio, Bogiso Times, Maseko Association Limited, Basic Chris Walugembe, Geoffrey Jones Info, King Daniel VIP, Lawrence Biamokama, Juma Ali, Nampi Jajulie, Aijuka Blair VIP. Mwe mbawa update ku mutabani wange yabadagala to finding a solution ku musomesa omukambwe Juma Ali Chiza Hilary Mwangu David Duburwa, Mugenyi Simon Pitt, Ricky Chamba, Isaac Katende Mush, Arenaito Jose, Steve Barrow, Ashraf Sebaduka, kirabika Harrier wangudde ku live ya leero. Keijo Van VIP, Cheberu, Trevor, Komne Alan, abasinga mulonze Harrier, Martin Sentongo, Jesse Semogerere, Lucky Mose, Fahad 24, Kabusu Viani, obadde obuze nnyo, Paddy Mutumba, Captain, I think also to TikTok, to have a TikTok, Boba Londa watch. The buyer was influenced by the friend to buy into buying. Can be chosen if the person hopes to, and only the Subaru can be one to my customer, and it is as sweet as a CVT though. I can tell the difference between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. After how much can I get a Romeo in 2012 from the bond if I pay cash? Asa, you should drive a Camry. That thing is really, yeah. I driving Harrier for sporty feel for it has a handbrake and all-wheel drive